It's sadly been confirmed this week that the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose is moving on from the WWE and possibly wrestling altogether, as even after talks with Vince McMahon where he presented and offered him a 5-year deal with a 7-figure salary, Dean Ambrose rejected it. When he debuted alongside Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns all the way back at the 2012 Survivor Series, the Shield automatically became one of the most dominant stables in wrestling history, winning a number of major championships between them. Whilst the group had of course broken up for the second time, as Reigns announced he was battling leukemia and Ambrose turned on Rollins, there is still the possibility that when Reigns returns, he might want to reunite with Rollins and choose a new third member, elevating them right to the top of the WWE in an instant. The trio of Reigns, Ambrose and Rollins will always be the Shield, but as history has proved in the past, there can be different variations of a stable with the same name. We've also seen different variations of the group, albeit temporary members in the past that could have worked. That included Triple H and Kurt Angle as members. But if Reigns was to return soon, who could they pick in 2019? Well, we look at 5 WWE wrestlers who could replace Dean Ambrose in the Shield. Number 1. AOP. When the Authors of Pain debuted on the main roster, they instantly became one of the most dominant tag teams on the Red brand, steamrolling through the likes of Titus Worldwide and pulverizing jobber tag teams, which eventually saw them winning the Raw tag team titles. They were stopped in their tracks by Gloriously Gable, who managed to take the titles from them, but they still proved to have a presence with their size and strength. Unfortunately, one half of AOP, Akam, suffered a leg injury and is consequently out of action for a number of months. As a result, this leaves Rezar without a partner for possibly most of the year. WWE recently had him tag with Scott Dawson at the Rumble, which is odd since Dash Wilder is perfectly able to compete, but wouldn't it be better suited if Rezar, or Akam if he recovers in time, could join Reigns and Rollins as part of the Shield 2.0? They're heels right now, but when has WWE ever been afraid to turn a wrestler or team babyface at the drop of a hat? Plus, they wouldn't really look out of place, as they wrestle with the familiar bulletproof vest that Reigns has worn ever since his debut on the main roster. Number 2. Finn Balor. Finally, WWE have managed to once again propel the Demon King back to where he belongs, that being the main event, as he was awarded the number 1 contendership spot to face the reigning Universal Champion Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. He lost, but it hopefully served as a lesson for WWE not to demote him again back to the mid-card, as he is still exceptionally over with the fans. Due to his outstanding wrestling skills and popularity in WWE, Balor would make a perfect replacement for Ambrose. Whilst his mic skills aren't anywhere near Ambrose's, his work rate and fluidity in the ring certainly makes up for it. Number 3. EC3. It was recently rumoured that Dean Ambrose was going to enter into a feud with EC3 leading up to WrestleMania 35. But due to Ambrose announcing his departure, WWE could have ultimately scrapped these plans. However, if they still wanted Ambrose to face him at Mania, it would be awesome if he could pass on the torch to him, replacing him in the stable. He's arguably nowhere near being one of the best wrestlers on the roster, but he has a fantastic look and great mic skills, and adding him as a new member of the Shield could boost him straight to the top of the company as championship material. Number 4. Kassius Ohno. Many might not know this fact, but CM Punk was the genius behind the Shield faction and presented the idea to Triple H all the way back in 2012. WWE originally wanted to have a stable with Daniel Bryan, CM Punk and one wrestler from NXT, but Punk introduced the idea of the Shield and wanted Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose and friend Chris Hero, aka Kassius Ohno, to form the stable, but Triple H didn't want him and replaced Hero with Roman Reigns. WWE could revert back to Punk's original idea, as Ohno could be brought over to Raw, joining the new version of the Shield. And number 5. Braun Strowman. With Braun Strowman out of the title picture and losing a bit of credibility as quote-unquote an unstoppable monster by being defeated by Brock Lesnar in every single occasion, WWE could remedy his status and bring him back to the top by having him ally with his former enemy Roman Reigns. With Braun Strowman on their side, the faction would be unstoppable, probably too strong. One thing's for sure, however, is that WWE needs to bring back Braun up to the level he once was, as at this rate, he looks like he'll be given the Finn Balor treatment and demoted all the way down to mid-card level. Of course guys, this list is just for fun. We're not saying the Shield will be back or WWE could indeed bring a new incarnation of it, but let us know in the comments down below on who you think could replace Dean Ambrose in the Shield. As always, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.